Hi everyone, Tracy here. How you going? I just wanted to share with you a project that I've been doing. Over the month of March. It was create this oracle deck, and this is in conjunction with Kristen. Pretty sure it's Kristen over at Over the Moon Academy. And she is the one that has organised this, Kristen, over on Instagram. So each day you would get a prompt to do a card, and you can decide how you want to do that, whether you want to paint it or you want to draw it, or if you want to, do digital art or something like that. That's up to you, but as long as it's within the realms of doing it within a day, so it's not too convoluted, and you're not sort of getting too much in your head or overthinking it, because that's the main reason why I decided to do this challenge. And this is the second year that I've done this challenge, because I wanted to sort of stop overthinking things and trying to simplify the way that I express myself. So she takes you through, there's so much information that you're given. She tells you to create your own guidebook. So just like you have with a tarot deck, you have the little white book. This is like the equivalent. So you'll put in whatever the prompt is. So for day one, it was the favorite season. So I put all the things that I like about my favorite season, and then it sort of helps you sort of conjure up different images or what you want to portray in this card. And so this year I decided to do something really different as opposed to last year, and I used a lot of magazines and lots of ephemera that I've sort of been collecting over the year. But I'll just give you a quick show of, sorry, I feel a bit disjointed, hang on. Yeah, so the cards that I did last year was, and take into account this is the first time I've ever done it, and very inexperienced, because I set this challenge that I wanted to teach myself how to draw. And I was very inexperienced as to what things that I needed, or what cards that I needed, or what kind of tools of the trade. So I decided to do it on this type of cardboard, and as you can see, it's quite big. It is very large. But I had a lot of fun doing it, that, I mean, that's the whole aspect, is not to overthink it, not to think, oh, I can't draw, because, everybody can draw, but it's just a matter of putting a little thought into it, So I used one of the quotes of one of my favorite songs. So if you know about Soul to Soul, yeah, it says, be selective, be objective, be an answer to the collective. I love that song. Yeah, good times, good times. But what really blew my mind was on one of the days you had to draw with your dominant hand. So you had to do a self-portrait. So I did this first, and then I did, and then this one is my left hand. So my dominant hand is my right hand, and that is my left hand. So that's them side by side. Well, I'll go like this. So what this one shows is the inner child. This is how I see myself. And she's so adorable. I absolutely love her. Like when I was doing this video the first time around, and I wasn't really happy with it, I hadn't seen these cards in so long, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I had forgotten how sweet she looked. And yeah, so that sort of really tapped into something. And I think over this 12 months, like 2017 has been a really good year for me to sort of get out of my head and really create things that I had no idea was there. So anyway, I'm just going to do a quick run through as to what my cards were. So the Oracle deck for 2018. So these are different prompts, obviously, to last year's prompts. So the first one was winter. And I used gel pens, I used textures, and I've just realised that I've done it out of order. Anyway, I've put a glossy contact on the back. I repurposed an Oracle tarot deck that I didn't want. It was a Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot cards that I repurposed. Anyway, so sorry, I've actually put these out of order, but anyway. I painted a few as well. I did some watercolors. So this one is called Release. This is Star-Crossed Lovers with Elizabeth Taylor and Robert Burton. Oh, was there two there? Yeah. This is the Element for Copper. And they shuffled really well. Like, I was really quite surprised how well they shuffled. They're quite thick, but anyway, this is a Virtue, so, you know, pineapple nice and fresh. The prompt for this one was something small, and I did a little poem on the back. It says, we breathe the same air, we live on the same earth, our hearts beat together. I think this is to do with love. I was feeling very pink that day. This prompt was polka dots. This was a vice. I wasn't really happy with this card, how it sort of turned out. I sort of thought we sort of cover ourselves with all this good, even though it's beautiful things, but we sort of cover ourselves sometimes, and yeah, I don't know. I was really sort of hoping it to be something else, but it didn't turn out that way. That's okay. This is my birth number, so I'm the Hermit, and I was trying to sort of show that he has like little lights on the top of his antlers. I'm going to rename this one. This one is actually Strength, because I think she just looks absolutely amazing. So that was just like wrapping paper as the base, and then I found this picture in a catalogue, and then just coloured in and then outlined it with Sharpie. This is, you know, what do you think is lucky? And this is like a code. This one was to do with elements of your favourite tarot cards. You can combine them. It doesn't have to be so literal, but I chose the Nine of Cups, Temperance, and a little bit of star action. This is one of my favourite cards, actually. You had to do one with your astrological sign. So mine is Taurus. So we have the crescent, and we have donuts, and we have blue for the throat chakra, and these beautiful flowers, and the word eat. This one, the prompt was half of. So how could you portray half of something? And this one says, this is only half the story. So if I could only have told myself that when I was younger, or even, you know, to tell my son that you've only just begun, you know, you haven't done what you're supposed to do just yet, so, you know, you don't need to stress. The last card, so like there's 30 cards, there's 31 days in March, but the day 30 is a blank card, and then day 31 is that when you share all your cards. And I've put a few extras in as well, so this is an extra one. This one is Doorway. I thought it'd be really cool, like this part is the actual doorway entry, but then you see this going through, and I just thought it looks so amazing. I just like, oh, I want to go in there. You could choose from the prompt fast or slow, and I chose slow. This one is from a magazine that I had, the Peppermint magazine. It came out last year about this young fella who's a barber, and this is in Melbourne. And did I just say that? And he was going through his apprenticeship, and I think he, you know, like you have to work so many hours to do your apprenticeship, but then I think he was like, he wanted just to do more, and I think so I think on, like, he donated his time, and somehow he ended up doing haircuts and grooming for homeless people, which is just so amazing. But I really liked how he how they captured this photo here. Like, this person just looks so vulnerable, but yet he's letting this guy do his hair. And then, so the initiative this guy has created, once he does their haircut, he will give them a grooming package, you know, like with some shampoo and, you know, other bits and pieces, just to sort of keep their hair make their hair look nice. And yeah, it was beautiful. This is one of my favorite cards. So the prompt was, I am. I love it. I love that little vintage face. This is As Above, So Below. This is an extra card, but I just loved her smile. And I wanted to show a lot of diversity as well. This is the Moon card. This one has to do with growth. And what I was sort of thinking was that these are all different layers. Like, we don't sort of really determine how we grow, you know, we all sort of do it at different speeds, and there's different areas of our lives that grow, and it could be a slow growth, or it could be like, you know, a fast growth. It all depends on the environment and what kind of mood we're in, but I just really liked the representation of it, and it looks beautiful. This is a card that I sort of swapped with the other one, so I think yeah, I might have to redo the prompt for that one, but I just really like that picture too. Favorite piece of clothing, which is the hoodie. That's why I can't wait till winter so I can wear more hoodies. And then it's reversible, so that's the nighttime one. This one is to do with, the prompt was to start with a line, and if you know the band Disclosure, a lot of their artwork has like this pen work over the guys' faces, and I really like that. So that's what sort of inspired me. And this picture was of a dancer, so her arms were really fluid like. I really like that. This is the sun. This is musical note. So I chose George Harrison, and then like he's reaching, you know, for this higher frequency, which I sort of think really, I have to fix that, which really sort of speaks to you, you know, when you're listening to music, you can sort of reach this higher vibration. This is a happy thought. And this is an extra card as well, but I just thought it was really sweet. More donuts. Real sort of 80s vibe. Yeah, so I will leave Kristen's link down below to her prompts, and she's also doing part of this project called Pull, Pen and Paint. So it's another type of artwork that you can do to create more art. And what she was saying, that out of that kind of learning, you know, she's found that she's sort of created more decks, you know, it sort of generates more ideas. So that's another art project that I'm going to be looking at doing this year, and I'll leave her links below, and I'll also leave links for 2 people that did the create this oracle deck last year that actually went on to do and print and sell their own oracle decks. So, and they're actually on Instagram. So Ethne did a review on one. It was called the Inner Queen Oracle by Leti. I can't remember what her name is, but we did so this person and Moths and Scorpions did the Damsel, Dark Damsel Oracle, I think it's called. We all did it in the same year, so it was really cool to see their processes unfold, and then, you know, just so really happy that they were successful, and, you know, there was lots of interest as to, you know, publishing their own deck, so that was really cool to see. So I'll leave all that down below, and after all that I'm going to have a cup of tea, and I wish you well, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.